Hey everyone, I'm Odette Maimoni, and today I'm going to show you how to automate the process of saving PBIX files as PBIP. Let's start.
Odette Maimoni.
Okay, just like I said, today I'm going to show you how to automate all of the process of saving the PBIX files as PBIP. Now, if you might wondering, why do I need to convert my PBIX file to PBIP? So there can be multiple great reasons for that. For example, if you want to create CI/CD pipeline for Power BI, or if you want to work with version control with Git. If you wonder how to do it, the video that I explained step by step how to create version control with Git is showing for you right now. Or even just to extract the report.json file that can show you the details of your report model. And that can be super useful if you create an AI project and analyze or generate your Power BI content. Now, for this tutorial, you need to download the Power Automate desktop tool. This is the one that I'm using here. This tool can help you record your action you're doing on the screen and turn them into an automated steps. The reason why I'm doing this with this desktop tool is because Microsoft hasn't released an API to save PBIP files yet. So we have to do it like that in the desktop because this is the only way to save Power BI models as PBIP. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. This is very easy to do. So let's start. So I saved some of my PBIX files in this folder. In this folder, my automate is going to loop and convert each file to PBIP. When you save the PBIX file as PBIP, it's going to create more multiple folders for each report, and it can give us a lot more metadata details, TMDL files, and as I said, the report.json file that can show you what objects are exist in each page. Anyway, we're going to use this Power Automate desktop tool that can help us doing that. And this tool is very user-friendly. I was surprised how easy it is. So from this page, you're going to new and flow. Now you can give your flow name, or it will be auto-generated the name by the step that you're creating. So I'll just click on create, and it will open you a new windows with the flow that we are going to create. Okay, so this is the screen. Here you can see all of the actions you can do. And of course, this is the Canva that's going to be with the steps that we're going to create. So at first, we're going to need to find out the folder path because we want to loop on each file of this folder. The first step that I'm going to need is get file in folder. Okay, so you can see this step and you can drag it to the main screen. Now it asks you which folder it is, and here you can put the path of the folder just like that. Now the file filter is important because we want to filter only the PBIX file because we're going to save in the same folder also the PBIP. So if you are going to use this automate again after it will be create more file, we want to filter only the specific PBIX file that we need. So we keep the star and then we add .pbix. If you have also subfolders, you can turn this toggle on. In my case, this is not necessary, so I keep it like that and then save. Now the output from this step is going to be a list, and I want to save this list in variable because I want to use this variable again in the loop. So we can use this set variable action, and I can give it a name. Like that. On the value, you can see that you have this select variable options that can let you find from previous steps the output that comes from the previous steps. So just like Power Automate on the service on the web, you can do take the output that come from the previous steps and use it in the current steps. So you can see that you can find the variable that comes from the previous step. So I choose that. This is the files that come from the get file in folder. So it looks like that. You can also type that and click save. This is great. I can run this flow and see what happened just for me to test it. This is the way I usually do also in the Power Automate web, because I want to be sure that nothing fails before I enter all of the steps, and it will be a mess to find out what caused the problem. So run it just to be sure that everything is great. You see that it stops because it works fast and because we ask nothing to do yet, but we can see that it inserts the data into the variable, and this is great. We can see that we have find out the files, and we can use it in the next steps. So our next step is going to be for each loop, because we want to loop on each file that returns from the folder. So you can look in for loop in the action, and I use there for each one. Great. So it asks which source you need to loop in, and I'm going to choose my variable. Okay, so this is it, and I click save. Now you can see it automatically create and for each like that, and all of the steps that we need to be inside the loop is going to be in between these actions. If you want to get out of the loop and create step that happened after the loop is finished, you're going to insert that after the end flag. So this is the way it looks. Very user friendly. If you develop in, it looks very straightforward. So we continue to the next step. So the next step is going to be, because we run for each file, and the step is going to be open the file and then save it. Before I continue to creating the automate, I want to show you what is going to happen, because as I said, there is no API here. What's going to be is really the steps that you will probably do if you do it manually. But as I said, this tool knows to copy the action that you're doing and repeat it automatically. So what the Power Automate do is open this folder, enter the file, and the fact that we need to consider is that each step takes time. You see, the Power BI desktop, the PBIX, takes some seconds to be opened. So all of these steps need to be with delay in between, because we need to wait for the program to be open and then move on to the next steps. So as you can see, the file is open, and then what I want the automate to do is to go here to the file, then click on Save As, go to this windows, choose the file, the folder that I need to be the file to be saved, then go to the PBIX dropdown, this dropdown of the type, choose the PBIP, and then click on Save. So after it will be saved, I want it to exit the file and move on to the next file. So how how the Power Automate desktop will know how to do all of these steps. Obviously, we don't want it to be like take the screen and save the name of the file or something like that, because this is too hard coded. I want it to repeat it all of for all of the files, and I want it to be as automatic as it can be. So with the Power Automate desktop, you can generate actions that can be done with the keyboard. Like each step that I did to save the file can be with keyboards. You don't need to use mouse to do that. If you click on Tab and Control F, and all of the actions of Power BI, most of the action, but all of the actions that we need can be done with keyboard. So if the Power BI desktop open, we can use the keyboard to do all of the steps that we need. So let's see, I open the file again. If you like my content, this is the time for you to subscribe and like my video. It means a lot. Thank you. Now, when the Power BI is open, how do I get to the file without using my mouse? So if you click on Alt and then F, you can see the file is being chosen. And then when I click enter, it opened the file. Then if I want to go to the save as, I use the down key to go to the save as. And then if I want to go to the right window, I use the tab. You see, then I get to the place that I want. And then when I click enter, it choose this one. So if I go, if I want to go to down to this drop down of choosing the type, I'll go again, I click tab and then again tab, and you see this is been chosen. When I click enter, it open, and then again the down key of the keyboard to choose the PBIP, enter, and then again tab, and you can see the save is been chosen, and you can enter, and this is it. Okay, so you understand the way it works. It basically doing the job like manually, but without us to be doing that. And of course, it will be much easier if it will be with an API, but there is no one yet. If there is any other better way, just let me know, because this will be very, very helpful for me and also for each one who need it. But this is the ultimate way right now to do it. So this is the way. And after that, after I save the file as PBIP, we need to close the windows. Close the windows, we need to click on Alt and F4, and the Windows is being closed. So this is it, and this is the way we're going to do it in the Power Automate. So after I explain to you the idea behind this, let's start going to the automate. Okay, so inside the loop, we need to start creating the action that we want to be. So first thing, we need to run the file, to open the file, because we're going to loop for each file in the folder. And for each file, the first thing that we want to do is to run the file, open it. So there is an action called run application. And I'm going to drag it here. Okay, so in the application path, we need to insert this path of the PBI desktop exe, the program that the application needs to run the file. So this is the path that most of you can use, just copy, but make sure that this file is really exists in this link, because you don't want it to go to this path and find out that this file, it doesn't exist there. So just make sure, but on the default, it should be here. After that, the command line argument is going to be the current file, because we want it to run the current file of the loop, of the file that the loop is running right now. So how do we put it here? We're going to write it like that. So be sure that you write it exactly like that, because this is the way it will work. And for the other setting, just leave it like that and click on save. So let's run this flow and see what happened. It should just run the two Power BI desktop. Before you do it for the entire workspace, just make sure to work with the small, maybe one or two files to see if it really works, because when we test it, we're going to run the file again, and you don't want it to do it for all of your files, because it take a lot more time than it need. And obviously, I also suggest you to take the problematic files that you know that takes a lot of time to open, or maybe return errors, and deal with that, because we want to cover all of the cases that can make this automate to break. So we want to make sure that each file is covered and we know how to deal with each file. Okay, run the flow, and it should open each file twice. I mean, both of the file. So as you can see, there is two Power BI desktop that running right now. It's going to be open. It takes some seconds, as you can see. So this is the next thing that we're going to do. We're going to delay, because we need to wait the the file to be open. So this is great. Both of the files are open. This is the my test file, and you can see it open. But let's see the other one. The other file is returning this error, this warning, the potential security risk. You probably know this kind of warning message as Power BI sometimes returned when you change in the version, or maybe when you download some external visual. What we're going to do now is to handle this error, because obviously we cannot move on without we cannot ignore this error. So we have to know how to handle it. So the thing is that this warning can be gone when you click on enter. And after I clicked enter, it just closed the message and opened the file. So remember that, because this is the way we can handle it. Okay, this file is open. Nice. I'm going to close it right now, because our next steps is going to be wait. Because as we can see, it takes time to the file to be opened. Maybe you can think about the largest file that takes the most time to open, and use this case, because we want to cover obviously all of the files. In this case, I'm going to enter 10 seconds. So right now, I'm going to wait 10 seconds. And then I want to click enter when I can use the if the arrow is open, and create and click enter. But to be honest, this is not really necessary, because I can click enter even the arrow is not showing up. This is not making any problem to click enter when the window is open. So I can just wait 10 seconds and click enter. If the arrow is pump up, it just ignore it and make the file move on to be open. And if the arrow is not coming, it just click enter. It doesn't really doing any harm. So how do we click enter? How do we use the keyboard? We're going to use this step a lot, this action a lot in this automate. You can find this send key action. This action is the one that we need to use the keyboard and click the buttons that we need. So in our case, we're going to click on enter. So we're going to use it like that. You can find a lot of the example of the things that we use like that. You can see the arrow keys or the function keys, numeric keyboard, but you can also type the things that you want to do here. So to type, to make it click on enter, you just type it like that and click on save. So let's see, it should be run again, the programs, but in the problematic file, it should be click on enter and make it open. So let's see if it really done that. Obviously, it ran the program and wait 10 seconds. Okay, you can see that the 10-second was too small, because the error comes after it finish waiting. So we need to make it more than 10 seconds because it takes more time than I expect. So I close the file, and maybe 15 will do the job. Let's start it again. Okay, the thing is 15 is still not enough, because it should be a wait to the program finish load and then do that. So I'm going to make it 20, and let's see if it really works now. This is great. You see that it now really knew to click on enter when the arrow comes up, because the wait was enough. The 20 seconds was enough. Let's see if it will open also the other file. Just let it happen. This is great. This is great. Remember also that when the flow will be finished, it's not going to open multiple files at the same time, because we want to finish file and save as and all of that, and then close the file. The files will be running step by step. Each file in each time the loop is going to finish when the file is closed. So this is just for our test to see if it works. As you can see, it's good for us to test, because the wait should be 20 seconds in my case. Maybe in your case, it should be lower, or maybe you need to wait a bit more than 20 seconds. So, okay, we finished with this error, so we can move on to the next steps. That will be the save as, to know to go to the menu Windows and then click on it, and then save the file. After the arrow is maybe showing and then we click on enter, we want to wait more because the program is still below in this step. So maybe we can add more 10 seconds to make sure that everything of the windows is been finished. Also, we can use the wait for windows wait for window action. This step is let us wait for the specific windows to be open. And then after that, it focus on that. So this is great action that we can use. We need for this action the detail of the window, which window we want to focus on. So for this, we need to use get detail of window action. So this action is getting the detail of the current window that we are going to choose. And how we can choose it? We can choose it and as a UI element. You can see that this window is appear, and we can choose the objects or the element we are seeing on the screen, and work with that. So for this, I'm going to open the PBIX file. So I could choose this as an UI element. After it open, we can choose all of the window like that, and then click on Control and the mouse option. So it will took the current element that we choose. Okay, so as I said, I don't want it to be hard-coded. I don't want it to find the my test file or any other specific name of file. I want it to know that the PBIX is the window that it needs to be find, and focus on that. And as I said, for each loop, we're going to run on specific one file. So we don't need to be worried that there is that it's going to be multiple files at the same time. So it took this window, but I can edit this this action, and here you can see it's really catch all of the attributes that it see on the window that I choose, but you can see that you have this process equal to PBI desktop. So I can choose that and rid of this ID. And this is it, because I need it to understand that it should be focused on the PBI desktop. This is the way to find the window that it should be focused on. So you can save that. And here, just keep the get window title and click on save. After that, I can use the wait for window action. And for this, I can choose the option by title, because I have the title that we took from the previous step. Here we can find here from the previous step, as I told you, the window property. We need to choose the application frame window, and then this toggle need to be on focus window after it open, because we want it to wait for the window to be open and then focus on that. Then we click on save. Okay. I want to test that, but I want to just getting rid of the one of the file, because I want it to work just for now with one file, because I want it to move fast. So let's run that and see what happened. Okay, we need to fix something on this step. We need to go to this position, and on that, just choose the Windows window my test file, because for you it will be show the file name, but the file name is not important, because this is only the title it gave to this UI element. But this is the element that we need. You just add this document, but we don't need that. We just select this and then go here and just choose the process equal to PBI desktop. This is it, and it should be look like that. Okay, just click on save and then run again the automate. Okay, as you can see, it finished, and it also know to identify the window title, and it's going to do it for each file in the process. So this is great. I'm going to close this one. Okay, after it wait for the windows and focus on the window, we can start actually doing the things that we want to do, is to save the file. So the first thing that I told you is to how to go to the menu of the save. And we do it by clicking the Alt and then F. So we're going to and insert here the Send key again. Here. And then here we're going to use the Alt and then F. And we're going to do it like that. We can edit from here. You can see this is the Alt. And then F is going to be right like that. And then after it finds the F, I want it to click on Enter to be open the menu. So we're going to enter after the F, just like that. So this is the string that make this no to Alt F Enter and open the menu. Why I'm not writing here all of the steps to creating the save and PBIP? Because for each action, we need some delay in between. You know that it takes time to the actions to be happen. And if we're going to insert all of the keyboards that needs to be typed here as a long string, it's going to do it, I mean, fast and after one by one without waiting any second. So it won't be work like that, because we know that Power BI Desktop can be heavy and slow. So we need to delay in between the steps. So this for the file to be open, we're going to save it and run this to see if it works. Okay, you can see it done the keyboard that we told him it know to open the menu, and it's stuck like that because we didn't give any other instruction for the next. But this is good. This is we can see that we're moving forward. Okay, so after this, as I told you, we need to wait, because Power BI is need to just a second to know what's going on. So I'm really going to wait 1 second. So after this delay, I'm going to answer. I'm going to insert again the send key, because right now after it know to open the menu, we want to go down to the save as, and I don't know if you remember, you can check that we can click when we click 3 times on the down, it's going to be on the save as. So we have here the we can find here on the arrow keys the down, and we can just copy it to do it 3 times. So we can click on save, and we can or moving on or just test that. You can test that, but promise me I test that multiple times. So I just moving forward for you to know what is the next. So again, we're going to wait. Trust me, I try to not to use it without wait, but it doesn't work. It just need to be wait 1 second to really know what to do next to reset himself. I don't know. And then again, to send keys. Okay, after we go down to the save as you remember, we need to tab to the folders because we need to choose the folder that we need. So this is going to be like that. We're going to use 3-time tab and then enter. So it select the current folder we're working on. And then after that, again, delay. After that, we want again to focus on the drop down that shows the type of the file. So here we're going to again use the send keys. And here we're going to choose to click twice tab and then enter. This is the way we can move to the drop down of the types. Again, delay. And now, after we click on the drop down, we want to go down to the PBIP. So down twice and then enter. Great. So after we chose the PBIP, we want to save the file. So again, wait. And for save, we need to tab 1 time and then enter. So this is for the save. And after that, we want to wait maybe for 2 seconds because save is a bit heavy than the other one. So maybe 2 seconds. You can test it yourself and see how many seconds you want to wait. And then after we want to close the window. And as I showed you, it works with Alt and F4. When you click on Alt, you're not leaving the Alt until you click on the F4. So it's not like step by step. It should be Alt and then don't leave the Alt and click F4. So this is work different than the others. It's not like writing the input after one by one. It should be look like that. Inside the alt, inside is action, we insert the F4, but also be sure that this toggle is on. So it should be no to not leaving the alt. This is it. So let's run this and see what happened. Okay. You can see that it saved the file, but something with the close was broken. Let's see, let's find out what happened. Okay, maybe we need to wait more than 2 seconds because I saw that it still saved the file and it moving fast to the Alt F4. So then I'll see what's going on here. Okay, no, it should be walk like that. Nothing changed here, but let's see if the wait more seconds is going to fix it. Great, you see, this is succeeded by closing the windows and succeeded saving my file as PBIP. This is it. So it takes it doesn't take a lot of time. I just stop in between to explain you some things, but basically this is very easy to do. Um, as I said, I suggest you to take the problematic file and see how to handle the error or each of the things that can happen there. And then for the other file, it's just know to open the windows, go to the right places and save it and close. So this is it. I hope you find it useful, and obviously I want to hear if you have any other better idea to doing that. If you know about an API that do that, let me know. So this is it. I hope you find it useful. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, just write for me here on the comment or even on private. You can find me on LinkedIn. See you in the next video. Bye bye.